What's up, Internet? My name's Mike Jones. Welcome to the Sport Folio show. Hanging out at Media Zone on Singer Island with some cool dudes. Gentlemen, introduce yourselves.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jose Alvarez, originally from Phoenix, Arizona.
Welcome to the show, bro. Dr. James Spencer. Always a pleasure.
You are Dr. James Spencer.
Today I am, yeah.
And nice hat, bro.
Thanks to you.
Swagged out. Welcome to the studio, man. What do you think about Media Zone?
Thank you. I got a little tour before and very impressed with what you guys have going on here. It's top line, and I'm happy and excited for you guys.
Awesome. Thank you, bro.
And the ice cold seltzers don't hurt, right?
Definitely. First one.
Wow.
What do you think? Mighty Swell? Cherry Lime?
Working on it, yeah. Pretty smooth.
Yeah.
Which can be trouble, but it's got a good flavor and good taste. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be trouble if you drink too many of them. That's for sure.
Well, Mighty Swell, always thank you to you guys for these. So
Yeah, cheers. Guys. And so speaking of some swag, I did have to bust out the old Sponsor Go sheet t-shirt today, Spence.
I was going to call you out on it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So we got a relic out. We were telling you before about the sports networking with Sport Folio and a place for athletes where they can create a resume and do some networking.
Okay.
And that was born as Sponsor Go. And so this is like a 2-year-old
Little throwback,
shirt now. But it's cool because you get ideas and then you figure out what works, what doesn't, and you make adjustments on the fly and keep it going. So stoked to have you on the Sport Folio show, and had to give you a little background on what Sponsor Go may be if you were questioning.
Thank you. Caught up.
Go ahead. Give the listeners a little bit about your background.
Yeah, I'm an athletic trainer. Originally from Phoenix, like I said. Did my undergrad at Arizona State University. Master's degree in Bridgewater, Massachusetts. From there, I've just been working in the professional baseball. Been working for 7-8 years now. Currently with the Marlins, working out of the Dominican Republic.
Awesome, man.
Yeah. My background started back in 2011, doing some internship observations with the Arizona Diamondbacks, which then took me to my grad program and completed. And did a year in the Cape League.
Okay.
Had some talent there. Kyle Schwarber, Kendall Graveman, Jonathan Holder.
Sure.
Big names. Sean Newcomb with the Braves. From there, went on to pro baseball and started working with the Boston Red Sox. Cubs for 4 years. Did a year out here in Jupiter with the St. Louis Cardinals as the assistant rehab coordinator. And then now I'm here with the Miami Marlins, based out of the Dominican Republic, taking part of their Latin America operations.
Yeah, well, welcome back to Florida, bro.
Thank you. It's always good to be here.
Yeah. Cheers to that.
So we have the book by Uncle Barry out there. So obviously you probably ran across him here in Jupiter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of his stories were told to me in person. So
It's a pleasure. It's
Yeah.
a pleasure
Awesome,
to
yeah.
put that together with the book, right?
correct.
Yeah, he's the man. I think also just telling stories and relatability, and somebody who's also been an athletic trainer in the big leagues for so long, we've definitely learned a lot from him too. So
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
He's a very, very wise person to have in the clubhouse at your disposal. Like, learn, and not only that, but just learn from somebody that's been in the game as it's evolved and continues to be in the game.
yeah, for so long too. So it's cool.
And plus Frank Sinatra bought him dinner one time.
We heard that
Just
story
ask
too.
him
Yeah, I love it.
That's killer, man. So did you play baseball growing up?
I did. I played through high school. Very instilled to me by my father,
Sure.
who played. So I always saw him playing just recreational men's leagues. But I grew my passion through him. And
What position?
catcher.
Positions? Yeah.
Atta boy.
Not necessarily because I wanted to, but because of my build and the fact that there was no other catchers in my high school. So I had to stick to it. So
Not a boy.
Well, you need a strong arm at the home plate too.
Yeah.
Someone's got to throw that guy out trying to steal second, right?
exactly.
So
And then be able to deal with the different personalities and pitchers coming through. I was always good at working with people. So
Awesome.
went hand in hand.
I like that.
Yeah.
well, that's probably helped you a lot in your profession as well. Like just being able to have conversations and relate to people, helped you out on the field, and now it can help you in the business world.
Yeah, definitely. Even though I didn't get to play at a high level, knowing a little bit about the game and understanding the way that you go about in playing, the way your body moves, you can relate a little bit better and put it into your work.
Yeah. Plus the English Spanish conversion there always helps too.
For sure, it facilitates my day. It doesn't matter if I'm speaking to a doctor in the Dominican or a doctor in Florida. I'm right with them and being able to communicate down to the player, up to the executives, and you don't miss a beat.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
And his wife has taught me a couple swear words. I'm not going to say them today, but it's good to know. You never know when you might need them, right?
Yeah, and every region, every country in Latin America has different ones. What may not be a swear word to you in a different country, be careful.
Sure.
That is true.
Yeah. I mean, like huevos could just be eggs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, DR, it's a much more stronger word than in Mexico.
Is it?
That's a great example.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. Yeah, I'm glad I picked a good one.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That a boy, Mike.
Doing your homework.
I've been to Cabo San Lucas a couple times, so
Yeah.
got to be able to hang.
Well, let's talk a little bit about baseball and the World Series, boys.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
recap a little bit about last night.
We got to put you on the spot, right? Who's gonna win?
If it's up to me to pick, I would like to see Tampa. Keep it in Florida.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. It's a great young group of guys that have a lot of talent. May not have the experience like the Dodgers have these past 8 years consecutive going to playoffs, 3 out of 4 years going to the World Series. But they have a lot of talent down in Tampa.
Yeah. Plus, honestly, I like how they keep minimum wages going on down there as well.
Yes.
Right, with minimal salary caps
Yes.
and such, but still producing such an amazing team. They do that year after year, so that's cool to see.
Yeah, it's very real especially I work with the young talent. It's real. Like your opportunity is right at your fingertips. Is what are you gonna do with it? Look at this player who was playing high A last year. Look where he's at now. Just as an example. So it keeps young players motivated for sure.
It's a place to earn a contract for your next job, right?
It is.
It's funny. Like, there's another team in Florida where they always kept the money down low, and it's the Jacksonville Jaguars. And they always said, like, one player got quoted saying, like, yeah, I'm just gonna go take a vacation year in Jacksonville and work on my next big deal. But come down to Florida, beautiful weather,
No state income tax.
beautiful women. There's a lot of nice things here.
It's a fun place.
Yeah, it's a win-win. So let's recap a little bit about the game last night.
Sure.
Like we were discussing earlier, Snell obviously looked pretty damn good last night.
Yeah, he was very dominant going through 4 innings with the breeze. It was very, very Snell-like.
Yep.
Something we were used to in 2018. He was Cy Young Award winner. Something that needed to happen for his team to bounce back and compete.
Little confidence booster almost for the team, right?
Yeah, and for baseball, unlike any other sports, I think that's the edge. That's what's going to get you the crown. It's not like we're basketball where one player can just turn around and dominate the whole series. Here, whoever has the edge, whoever gets hot, whoever can stay hot will come out on top.
I'm a little sad that our stats guy, Rob, isn't here today. But you're over here, dude. Like, Rob's about to lose his job if he keep pulling these stats out, man.
So yeah, our stats guy Rob, he's typically here, Johnny on the spot, but he took a rain check tonight, literally rain check.
Wow.
So he'll be getting a notice of a 2-week notice from us.
Yeah, you're like, he pitched this many innings, this many strikeouts, Cy Young Award winner, blah blah.
Yeah, he did have 9 strikeouts last night.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
just incredible, and a small pitch count too, which is beautiful.
Yeah. Unfortunately, like World Series, obviously a lot's at stake, and you have confidence in your pen that's brought you along as well. And tight spots will make managers make tough decisions that will ultimately be the difference in the game. So,
And it's a 1-1 series now, so I'm excited to see this kind of play out in Arlington, Texas, boys.
Well, they definitely, the Dodgers came in really hot, right? Like, you win 3 in a row, all the momentum is on your side, and then you take game 1 like that. So, I'm always a big fan of just like for sports that I don't know every player and everything about. It's nice to just see like good competition, like a close series, go back and forth. And so I'm just glad that the Dodgers didn't start to run away with it and Tampa could stick one to them.
Kind of like the Lakers did with the Heat.
Yeah. Well, that was a gentleman's sweep there. Right?
Yeah. That's funny. So, yeah, what do we have? Game 3 coming up tomorrow?
Yeah. Friday and Saturday they're playing.
Yep.
And, it'll be interesting to see. And you actually taught me something that I didn't realize, but that the bullpen has like a minimum of 3 batters now.
Yeah, a new rule.
How did that work? When did that come in? Do you know?
Yeah, they can play this year. Something that they wanted to implement. The commissioner of baseball has always been trying to make the game faster, trying to bring new fans into the game. Obviously, always hear people complaining how long games take and comparing to other sports, the time frame and all that. Mm-hmm. So this was a way to minimize the interruption of the game by going to the pen, warming up on the mound, then getting ready. So it takes about, I would say, anywhere from 3 to 6 minutes to warm up a pitcher in between innings or in between batters. So you're forcing the pitchers to come in and face 3 batters at minimum versus a specialist who would just come in and face a lefty and get him out. Or if he didn't get him out, there was another pitching change right there and then. So another 3 to 5 minute break.
It's unbelievable. We talked to one of our previous guests, Kevin Shackelford, about the whole like stats thing and versus the feel of the game. And it's interesting, man, how the analytics department might be like so sure about something, right?
Yeah. Analytical department has definitely revolutionized the game. I don't think it's the answer to everything, but it definitely has its place in the sport. And I think as the game continues to evolve, they're going to continue to be innovative and they're going to have a big part in the outcome of games.
I agree with you on that.
I think Shaq said the very same answer.
Yeah,
right?
almost verbatim. Yeah, he said it has its place, but you also got to go over the scout's feel of things as well, or the manager's decision as well.
The human factor.
Exactly.
Well, and it's the only sport that has a actual like break in the game, like the 7th inning stretch, right? Like that's a real thing.
Yeah,
you don't see that in other sports.
Yeah, and it varies by country too, because baseball's played in other countries. And I know in Taiwan, one of my managers, he played when he was playing. He used to play in Taiwan for a couple seasons. And he said the first game he went out there, he ran out to the field to play defense in the 5th inning, and none of his teammates were there. So he looked to the dugout, and you see the interpreter calling him back. Say, hey, come back, come back. So he runs back to the dugout, and he's like, what's going on? He's like, oh, there's a smoke break, 15 minutes.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
stretch out.
Wow. Yeah, and I know our good friend Sean Wilson loves the 7th inning for the Cubs because they got a special song,
Yeah.
Root for those Cubbies. So we're sorry your team's not there this year, Sean, but maybe next year.
Maybe.
Interestingly enough, the Marlins took them out of the playoffs this year.
Yeah, they did
in the wild card series.
It was cool to see the Marlins make it as well.
Yeah. I agree. I think it was a big first step for the organization under the new leadership.
And how does that like affect, that team? Like energy's high, optimism for next year.
Yeah, I think every year is individual, and you have to recognize your accomplishments and what you had troubles with. But once the spring training comes, the locker room might feel a little different, might look a little different with free agent signings, trades, and things like that. So you can always take what you gained, but you got to move forward and continue to compete. And every year is brand new and distinct from what happened the year before.
I love it, man. Boys, let's talk a little golf.
You're going to have to help me out here on the golf because I think they're only finished 1 round, right?
Yeah, day 1 today.
Okay.
Let's see if... Tiger's barely on the leaderboard, so let's see if he can pull it off again this year. But so the Zozo Championship was supposed to be in Japan, but they're playing it out in California. So just suburbs of LA out there. But we'll see what they can do. I know A couple people just had to withdraw. I think Justin Rose was leading earlier, but I don't even see him on the leaderboard, or if he is, it's way lower on the list now. So we'll see how that pans out.
It's I'm just glad that they're playing, like, because they're supposed to be overseas right now, right? You were saying normally it's in Japan or whatever.
Yeah, and hopefully Sean Wilson's doing this stat, but I think the PGA Tour is going to start allowing fans back into competition.
Okay. Is that going to be with protocol, or is it?
I presume so, yeah. I think so. Probably masked up and 6 feet social distancing.
I was going to say it's pretty hard as you have no real way to keep people apart. It's not a structure where you can just say, hey, you can skip 3 seats.
Exactly.
You could sneeze. You could sneeze on Tiger Woods at some of these venues. How close you are, right?
It's true. That's a very good point because they're pretty much just roped off.
Yeah.
It's and like when someone like Tiger is coming up to one of the tees that's like a marquee one, everyone's there. Like even everyone that works for the golf courses or whatever. Like it's a spectacle.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how if Tiger can defend, right?
We'll see. Only time will tell.
And speaking of golf, I think we have something that we want to show off.
The boys over at the Perfect Practice hooking it up here at Media Zone, bringing the experience for our guests. We greatly appreciate that.
Yeah, so because I am terrible at golf, I can start working on my short game here in between recording podcasts. And, hopefully we'll get a driving simulator in here one of these days, right?
That would be pretty cool.
We can work on that.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah, we can work on that.
You have the green screen.
We do. Yeah, we could like literally put you in like Sedona or something. And also we could get a golden tee. That's always appreciated. You remember the ones that you have to like roll the wheel?
Yeah.
Put a little English on it.
Got to.
So that'll be fun. But yeah, we do appreciate, all of our sponsors, everyone that looks after the podcast, after Media Zone. We got drinks in the fridge. We got cold coffee. We got
fresh water,
putting greens, fresh water.
Greens, yeah, it's great, man.
And some bearded kettlebell swag in here too.
Yeah, I think you guys did a great job with your brand right there. I think it's world class. It looks good.
Thank you, bro.
And I think more than looking good, what stands behind it, it's great.
You're the man. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Boys?
Just tooting your horn over here, man.
Well, I got to thank you for it.
Oh, well, hey. I would say it's a collaboration.
Correct.
We kind of met in the middle. You had some things you wanted to do. I had some things I wanted to do. And
here we are 5 years, 6 years later.
Yeah, it's freaking awesome, bro.
Yeah. So, but moving on to the Thursday night football game.
All I got to say, man, is Tom Brady whooped Aaron Rodgers' ass the other day.
I was expecting that, to be honest. I really was.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a big Packers fan, so I was grateful to see that your boy Tommy or Tammy Brady and the Gronk won. So we'll see what happens this week too. But the Thursday night game, we got the Eagles versus the Giants.
Well, when everyone watches this, it'll be over.
Yeah, that's true. But still, that game, I don't even want to watch it. I'm ready for Sunday.
They're
already.
probably vying for draft position at this point.
Correct.
It's actually crazy. I pulled up the standings of the whole league, but there's a lot of shitty teams this year, boys. Like,
I think just a lot of injuries.
The division some look very weak.
Yeah.
I agree, and a lot of injuries.
Well, we were saying, like with everything that's happened this year, maybe conditioning wouldn't be the same, and we would probably see some more soft tissue stuff going on. But yeah, it's not good for the NFL to have like more than half the league with less wins than losses. Yeah.
Or torn ACLs.
Yeah.
Yeah. You hate to see that.
I mean, the fact that they didn't have any preseason games, for getting in shape, getting game ready, it all takes a toll on the body. And being how physical of a game already is, you're going to add those soft tissue injuries, like you said, that are going to be more prominent just because of the difference of the preparation for the year.
And there's a difference of being gym strong and in game shape, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's going to be the difference between a team getting to the playoffs with a healthy team versus those that are just going to fall short.
I agree. So, yes.
And I texted you today. I don't know if you got a chance to like just see it in your news feeds of any of your socials, but the Tampa Bay Bucks are doing this like weekly series with Tom Brady and Gronkowski, and they're being like so corny and it's so epic. And today they read like mean tweets. And it's just like so funny to see the humility, you know, because one of the tweets was like, yeah, between LaShawn McCoy, Tom Brady, and Rob Gronkowski, they're like 120 years old. Because like 40, 30, 30 or something or whatever it is.
You know, I was going to say earlier when we were talking about Tom Brady, I was like, I'm no longer going to bet against Tom Brady.
No.
What he showed me this past week, I'm not betting against him. I was a New England Patriots fan when he was there. Obviously still am, but when he left, I was like, no, he's old. Like
He's done.
He's done. But the man, he's training at a different level. His mentality, his composure, it's one of a few, including LeBron, right with him.
I agree.
And his defense isn't so bad this year either.
No, and I think they're playing out in Vegas this weekend.
Okay,
Yeah, so the new stadium in Vegas.
Well, it was awesome. Aaron Rodgers scored like the first touchdown of the game, and he's like always like the championship belt.
Yeah.
And like he did some hip movement one this week. I don't know what it was, but I got to go back
pull
and
that
watch
up.
it. Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
we got to
it's
pull
so
that
funny.
up. Come on, Rob.
Yeah, Rob, really. But it's cool to see some of these older guys like keep it new, keep it fresh. Aaron Rodgers is doing a Tuesday segment with the Pat McAfee show every Tuesday.
Interesting.
And like forever, the Green Bay Packers was like the team that you don't do that.
Yeah.
They were like, you know, business only.
Only.
But they selected a quarterback in the first round this year. And so I think he's sticking it to him a little bit.
Yeah, I agree.
What are you going to do? Fire me?
What other big games we got this weekend, Mike? We got the Yags taking on the LA.
Is that a big game?
To you, it might be.
I mean, I just want him to get Trevor Lawrence at this point. I think Gardner Minshew, our quarterback, is he's not getting any help, but sometimes a guy's got to lift his team up, you know? And guys will make plays that they don't normally make if you're a special player.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I'd rather not talk about the Jaguars this week. Thank you.
Sorry.
I'll tell you who is good, though, man, is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Dude, Big Ben is going off this year.
Yeah.
Thankfully, he's my fantasy quarterback.
Oh, really?
So I'm grateful for that, yes.
Well, they benched Baker Mayfield on last Sunday, which is just blows my mind because they just won 4 games in a row. And it's like, it's amazing how you could win 4 games and then get benched at like the third quarter. Like, that's a gutsy move by the coach, man.
Yeah, I agree.
Coming off a 4-game win streak.
Yeah, to go in there and change the rhythm, to change the chemistry, it's tough to know how it's going to play out.
There could be more behind the story, boys.
Yeah, there could be. Maybe he's getting another commercial deal in. But what do we got? Monday night, Chicago Bears at the Los Angeles Rams. It's so weird to say. Like all these teams changed in the last couple of years. Like feels weird to say the Las Vegas Raiders.
Correct.
Yeah, I agree.
In the Chargers as well. So
and the newest one, which I think is the football team, right?
Yep.
In Washington.
The Washington football team.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had to tread lightly this season up in Washington.
Yeah.
It's a lot of pressure.
I think they did a good job marketing wise. I know
agree.
they're going to change again, more revenue, more selling of jerseys. So
Well,
a temporary name.
I'll tell you what. Like we were talking about, we may make a couple of Redskin investments in some of these old jerseys and cards. So,
Dude, you get a Joe Theismann jersey right now, or
I got one.
who else? They had Donovan McNabb from the Eagles for that 1 year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
RG3.
RG3.
So, but it's it is one of those things where if you get enough pressure where it's not a good look, you got to do something, man. Like
Times are changing.
yeah, so
Hey boys.
and they will sell some more jerseys next year, won't they?
Oh yeah. Well, Jose, welcome to the show, man, and thank you for your time.
We got to flick it over to a Sean Wilson segment real quick.
Perfect. Sean, to you, bro.
Let's talk baseball. The 2020 World Series is a tale of two cities. The LA Dodgers and Tampa Bay Rays are on opposite ends of the financial spectrum. Even so, both teams have a deep and rich farm system in place, which have led them to the big stage. The LA Dodgers are looking to bag their lucky number 7, while the Tampa Bay Rays look to finally break into the big boys club. Prior to the 2020 World Series, LA Dodgers have won 10 of 17 of their past meetings. Now let's take a closer look into the money that these teams have spent to get here. Here's a little statistic I like to call player payroll cost per win. The LA Dodgers rank 21st on this list, racking up a bill just shy of $108 million for 43 wins. That's $2.5 million per win. Now, Tampa Bay paid $28.3 million for 40 wins, having spent roughly $700,000 per win, making them the belle of the ball. For the record, that means the Dodgers spent 3.5 times more than the Rays. Must be nice. Call me, let's party. Now the Dodgers' highest paid players are Clayton Kershaw, making $16.3 million this year, Mookie Betts with an adjusted salary of $10 million, Justin Turner's beard is making $8 million, Cody Bellinger's $4.23, Corey Seager $2.8, you get where I'm going? The Rays' highest paid player is Charlie Morton, who's getting paid $5.6 million this year. Clayton Kershaw and Mookie Betts alone are making almost the entire Tampa Bay Rays payroll. What? So, Los Angeles finished the regular season first in Major League Baseball in runs, home runs, second in OPS, and they tied for 7th in hits. Now, there probably aren't really any offensive stats with the Rays that are going to impress you, as they were between 11th and 21st in the regular season in runs, hits, home runs, on-base percentage, and slugging, while racking up the most strikeouts. But these boys are productive. Don't get it twisted. Another interesting fact, Dodgers president Andrew Friedman was once the general manager of the Rays. Will the David-esque Rays be able to dodge the Goliath? Or will LA dodge yet another championship? Back to you, boys.
Is there anything else that you want to do? You want to thank some family on the way out?
Yeah. I want to say, first of all, happy birthday to my son, no more Andrew. Sorry I can't be with you today. Work calls and we have to pay the bills. But thank you to my wife and my daughter as well for supporting me, for allowing me to live out my dream and be able to support you guys. So I love you all very much, and I hope to see you guys soon. Thank you.
Dude, cheers to you and your family, and thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, thank you.
Cheers.
To you.